Rise and grind, McAlester. Welcome to Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 224 South 3rd Street in McAlester. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tanning Hill Furniture and Mattress, Reagan Auto, the PC Landing Zone, Bank First, and Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester. Live on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM, as well as video streaming on YouTube. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, and tomorrow night we have the final two teams unbeaten in District 5A3 play facing off. It's the McAlester Buffaloes traveling up to Tulsa to do battle with the Booker T. Washington Hornets. Now, with all that said, let's welcome the head coach of the McAlester Buffaloes, Forrest Mazie.
Glad to be back.
Yep, so we got another game going on, but before we move forward, you guys are still unbeaten due to a clutch win last week, 29-21 over the Bishop Kelly Comets, behind a strong second half by both the offense and defense. What was your analysis of the win?
Just staying the course. I mean, I had a couple busted plays defensively, and then the scoop and score on our fumble by a bad read on top of that. So, I mean, just staying the course and doing what we're coached to do and executing.
So after trailing 21-15 at the break, what was the message to the team as you prepared to go on that 14-0 run?
Just to make a couple adjustments and you know what we're seeing up front, and then just doing what we're supposed to do, doing our job. You know, I felt like we were trying to do too much at times and trying to do we reeling a little bit when we didn't need to, and just trying to stay the course, do us.
So that's now 2 weeks in a row where we see adjustments in defending the pass that leads to domination the rest of the way. Yeah. So after the touchdowns that gave you guys or gave the other team the lead in both East Central and Bishop Kelly, after that you outscored the opponents by combined 64-6.
Yeah.
What does that say about your coaching staff? And not only are you guys making the key adjustments, but getting your athletes to respond as well?
I think our coaching staff is really good. They do a great job of really knowing the game plan. Obviously, going with the game plan, executing the game plan, and then coming back and adjusting anything that we are seeing new or seeing different, because everybody's going to give you something that you weren't prepped for or should if they're coached well, and you have to make adjustments. And I think that's where it's what we get paid to do. It's kind of what that's different than Little League. You don't just call the same stuff. I mean, you got to go out there and make adjustments off of film and instant replay stuff that we have. You have to do in-game adjustments on what the fronts you're seeing. Different route combos you're seeing. You got to find a way to get it done.
Yes, sir. So we've mentioned Jordan Clark and the success he's having at the running back position, but Drayton Pouncil keeps that same energy when he stepped into the game as well. He had a career game rushing yards wise. What do you think of the blessing of having that 1-2 combo, but also considering you have guys like Braden Bumpus and we've seen Cash Tidwell come in and get some key yards. What do you think about having your running back room that you have?
It's just been that way since I got here. I think, having the running backs that we have, and then I think it's important how they're coached and the importance of the small things that they do. And then we do as a staff with our offensive line, our running backs, our quarterback mesh, and all that stuff that really make it go.
And the offensive line been getting a pretty good push so far the last few weeks.
I think that's very, very important as far as the O-line. Having that go-to group.
Scout Team Player of the Week.
Who was Scout Team Player of the Week this week? Was it? Was it Deacon Dodson at tight end?
Yep. There's the alley-oop.
Yep.
Also, Lineman of the Week.
Sean Perkins again.
Sean Perkins with
Lineman of the Week. Highest grade and the most pancakes.
Yes, sir. So with that, we'll sneak aside for our first time out. This is Coffee with the Coach inside of Harbor Mountain Coffee House. We'll be back with player interviews after a quick word from our sponsors.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes. From all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season. For those on radio, there's your Buffalo drive of the game and their 29-21 win over the Bishop Kelly Comets, being the opening drive of the second half. It covered 77 yards on 7 plays, pretty lucky there, and 3 minutes and 18 seconds. I featured a 4th down conversion and overcoming 25 yards in penalties. It ended with a 33-yard touchdown pass from junior Kason Washington Mazie to sophomore Brandon Smith, the lead to a point after that gave the Buffaloes a lead that they wouldn't relinquish. Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester. This year's show is brought to you by Reagan Auto, the PC Landing Zone, Bank First, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, and Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress. We've got Buffalo players Gavin Mason and Creed Tribby with us this morning. Welcome to the show, guys.
Thank you.
How y'all doing?
Pretty good.
First time on the air?
Yeah.
Well, let's go. Start off with an icebreaker, make it a little bit easier. Being linemen, we know that y'all love pancakes. Okay, pretty easy. But truly, what is your favorite breakfast food?
I'm more of a waffle. I like waffles.
So waffles over pancakes?
Yeah.
Okay, so if we ever see you get a pancake, we just got to call it a waffle then.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm down with that.
I'm more of a French toast type of guy.
And then we're going to call it a French toast when you get one, Creed, okay?
All right.
Guys, hey, French toast, don't be bashing on French toast here.
I'm not, but good Lord. I expect nothing less from Creed. I want this French toast. Powdered sugar, sir.
Listen, French toast is pretty good. I'm not gonna bash on French toast. That reminds me of that Talladega Nights. It's just a real fluffy pancake. Is all it is. Crips. Yeah, that's it. Guys, football is fun, but especially when you're winning. So, what is your favorite part about playing high school football for the McAlester Buffaloes?
Probably the Friday nights. Atmosphere, everything.
Yeah.
Student section.
Yeah, the student section's been pretty lit this year.
Yeah.
So when you guys are scoring 60 points, we were able to get the camera on the guy that was doing the push-ups, and I was like, man, that guy is going to hurt in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of the atmosphere and like running out of the tunnel, it just like gets me and like shins chills. That's all it has.
Good deal. So who's your favorite football player, past or present here?
Here?
Or maybe not here, but I guess just talking about it here. Could be NFL, college.
Oh, NFL, probably Trent Williams.
Trent Williams, that's a good pick. Trent Williams, one of the best O-linemen in at least the last 15 years.
I was probably like Aaron Donald or Larry Allen.
That makes sense for both you guys, though, for sure. That's a really good pick, too, Larry Allen. This question's for Creed. We've seen you play both sides of the O-line. Are there any big changes from moving from one side of the line to the other when you're getting ready for that?
Not really. It's just like the different looks you're getting. They could be in like different like gaps.
Yeah.
That's mostly it.
Bonus question. What is something that someone may not know about playing the O-line from the stands, like, or watching from TV? Maybe you just see the line kind of move in ways, but what is something that you know that a lot of people may not know playing O-line?
Probably how physical it is and how much you have to like think and use your head.
Right, because there's just a whole lot of different movings.
Yeah.
It's not just look who's across from you and block you. Sometimes you're pulling, sometimes you're backing a pass pro. I mean, you got to know every single play. Gavin, we've seen you play on O-line and D-line, but it seems like you found a spot that you're just flourishing in at nose tackle right now. So you've had a great season so far. How have you liked leading the charge up the middle in the Black Death defense, and what do you attribute that success that you've been having to?
I definitely like nose guard a lot better than last year, but I kind of just contribute to a lot of film that I watch. You know, a lot of preparation into each game, watching all of their O-linemen, seeing what they do, what's their flaws, trying to perfect that, make them do worse.
And that's another thing that you guys are kind of mentioning, that it goes more into just blocking, how much film that you guys watch as an O-lineman and D-lineman. I mean, you would say that this is the same way. You guys have a whole TV set up to kind of go over the last drive. So your guys are even prepping in between drives. So there's a lot that goes into being in the trenches. So, and here's the deal. I know with the O-line, if you guys never mention your name, that means you guys did a pretty good job, but we try to give you shout-outs when we can. So last one, it's always a fun one here. This is stupid, too. Would you rather only eat pickles for a week or only drink soy sauce for a week?
I'm going pickles. I like pickles anyway.
You could eat pickles for an entire week. Nothing but pickles.
Nothing but pickles.
Okay.
Yeah, pickles.
Flavors with jalapeno and all that stuff.
Yeah. Well, that's my thing, too, because if you're going to drink soy sauce for a week, you have to substitute that with the water that you drink on Friday nights. Could you imagine having to chug soy sauce?
That'd be so bad. After a drive?
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, the Gatorade bottle. Someone comes up to you and just soy sauce. That'd be terrible.
Yeah, definitely pickles.
Yeah. What? They're fired. They're fired? I'm going to tell them at the radio station. What? All right, thank you, guys, and good luck against Booker T.
Thank you.
Those are Buffalo players Creed Tribby and Gavin Mason. You're tuned in to Coffee with the Coach. Don't go anywhere. We'll speak on the Hornets next. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, flip phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes. From all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, Reagan Auto, Bank First, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, and the PC Landing Zone. I'm your voice of the Buffaloes, Brandon Green, at Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester, live alongside McAlester Buffalo head coach Forrest Mazie. And tomorrow night, the Buffaloes are in Tulsa, facing off with the Booker T. Washington Hornets for the first time since 2013. The Hornets are up in the series 8-2 going back to 1966 and are back in 5A for the first time since 2011, which is also McAllister's last win over Booker T. 40% of the wins in the series have been decided by a touchdown or less. These two teams have shared a district twice before in 04-05 and 2010-2011. Coach Mazie, it's time for Guess That Play.
Must be interesting. Where you pull this one from?
Presented by Tannehill Furniture and Mattress, we go back to McAlester versus Scotlandville Hornets.
Okay, yeah, let's get it on.
So another Hornets. At the Independence Bowl in 2022, it was so dang hot in Shreveport, Louisiana.
I don't think I used dang.
I don't think you used dang either. 7-7 game in the first quarter. Milk was a bad choice. Buffaloes have the ball, 2nd down and 7 from the Scotlandville 17. So again, 7-7 game first quarter.
Are we going towards we're not going towards the locker rooms. We're going the other way, right?
I don't know. I don't remember what the locker room was. I think it was the scoreboard. So if you're looking from the press box, it's
to the left.
To the left.
Okay, we score. We fake a run, and we throw the RPO to Carter Lance over the middle because I actually had yelled at Carter before. This should be a touchdown.
Okay, you got 4:20 left to go in the first.
Is it 4th down?
It's 2nd down.
Oh, yeah, this is the one to Carter Lance. It's not the 4th down through the chest.
2nd down and 7, 4:20 left to go in the first.
Yeah.
We didn't have video rights to this one, so we only have audio. So, White, go ahead and play the clip.
Here's a snap. Les now passing right over the middle. It'll be caught by Carter Lance, and there's not a chance you'll catch Carter Lance. Touchdown, McAlester. Wide open on the slant route, and the Buffaloes lead 13-7.
Was it a little slant route?
It was what we do to RPO and in route.
Gotcha.
You know, we have the run called, but if the red linebacker triggers, we throw it behind them. And Carter did a good job of getting in. I'd actually yelled at him to play before and said, Carter, I just don't know if you're good enough to play here. And he still tells me that to this day. And he said, yes, I am, Coach. I said, no, I don't think you are.
Yeah.
And then he had two or three huge catches that game.
Yeah, he had a second touchdown.
Yeah, he had 2 touchdowns, but he missed a block, and that was blaring in my mind. I was really mad at him, but he reminds me of that every day, and every time he sees me. And I was very proud of him, and I was proud of all those guys that play for us. So, he had a good game that game.
Yeah, just take it back though. I mean, that was the hottest game you've ever played in or coached in.
It's just that dang humidity.
Yeah.
Gosh Almighty! And then that bowl, it felt great when you first get there that morning. Like, this is gonna be great. No, absolutely not. When that sun popped out, holy smokes!
Off the bleachers, on the turf.
Great. It was a cool and great experience. And an 11 o'clock game was at college. It had such a college feel to it in the stadium, and just such a great experience that our kids got to have. And then playing in Shreveport and that venue where all some greats have played.
Yes,
I thought that was a very, very cool thing for our football team to get to have done, and we'd love to do something like that again someday. And I have to make a correction on our scout team play of the week. Last week was Trevin Simons. What he was speaking of, Deegan has been having a great week of scout teams. So,
right.
But Trevin Simons was our scout team player of the week.
Hey, he's had a pretty good year too.
Yes. They've all done a great job.
So a lot of interesting variables going into tomorrow's game with the Hornets. But again, Booker T back in the Class 5A for the first time since 2011. What's your analysis of the team that they have this year with a brand new head coach?
The only 2 losses are to Muskogee and Dell City, who are both really, really good.
And the championship games last year.
Yeah, and both in championship games. So, everybody looks at them, and at first, they start 1-2 or whatever it was, and everybody's like, oh, Booker T's terrible. But the reality is Booker T's really good. They got 2 D linemen that are sophomores. They have multiple Power 4 offers. Nebraska and A&M are the last 2 that offer those guys, number 13 and 75. 75 is a familiar name. It's his dad played at East Central.
Joseph Graves?
Yep, Pearly. Yeah, Pearly Graves was his dad, played at East Central. And
I didn't know that.
And played at Texas Tech. So really, really good players. The other one is a moving from Owasso. They got some weapons on offense, And number 1, the receiver. Number 3, the running back. Number 23, the tight end. 2, the 3 that really blare open in my minds. And you're going to have to do a good job. But really, it's the big play. They've got the big play against everybody because of their speed but games have been tight at halftime. So, you got to respect them, but you got to play your football game, and you got to go in and win. And essentially, whoever wins this one's probably going to have the district title wrapped up for the most part. You can still drop one of the last 2 and still be district champion because you have the head-to-head.
Right.
So, you essentially could wrap up the district title with this, whoever wins this. So you really want to do your due diligence, and if you can get that district title wrapped up for better, not having to really worry the last 2 weeks other than just playing your game. We're excited about the opportunity. If you'd have told me we'd been in this situation with this group, with the amount of seniors we lost, there's a lot of people that counted us out. And there's a lot of people thought we were going to have a rough year. You go to the scrimmage, we didn't get a first down, but we know what the kids are capable of, and we know what our coaching staff can do. And it shows you what grit, determination, our true mentality of effort, attitude, and toughness. That's what's won us ball games this year. That and getting better. And I'm super proud of this group and these coaches.
And also, I wanted to ask this before we went on. Coach Dan Bitson, he's one of the all-time greats at Tulsa for the Golden Hurricane, one of the best receivers that they've ever had. And also, here recently, was the director of player development for them. What do you think of Coach Bitson?
I think he's what they needed to turn it around. They had fallen on some hard times with some coaches, and I think they needed a guy that the community trusted. They needed a guy that kids trusted and believed in, having that experience. And I think he was able to really get it back to what it needs to be before it became something that was unrecoverable. It was going down that path. It was going down the path of what TPS is becoming at other places. And I think he's kind of come in and breathed life into it, have some expectations, have some pride and integrity, and really is going to hopefully, I hate to say this, but bring them back to what they were. And you don't really want that as an opponent, but you also don't want to see a program like that fall into the depths of what Tulsa Hell is now. When you knew that the history of them was even good, but nobody realizes it. But you don't want, if you go to the Hall of Champions there at Booker T, and the history of the most, they probably have more NFL players and NBA players and Major League players, and then they probably any school in the state of Oklahoma.
And they just won a 6A title over Bixby like 7 years ago.
Yeah,
it wasn't even that long ago.
So they're actually the only other, since when Bixby was in 6A2, they're the only school other than Bixby until Bixby left. They went 6A1. They're the only other school other than Bixby to win it.
Wow.
Up until last year, which there was no Bixby.
Right, there's no Bixby there.
So, but they were the only school to win one in the tenure of Bixby's reign in 6A2.
Wow.
It was Bixby, Booker T, then Bixby the rest of the way until Bixby went 6A1. So it shows the history of their program. You were going to, and another cool thing, we're about to step on the field. Gosh, how many NFL players have played in that stadium?
Just the first one off the bat, Tyler Lockett.
Yeah, the Locketts, DeMont Parker, R.W. McQuarters, you name it.
Right.
Just alone, that alone to me is cool. So I always like to think about that when I'm walking on the turf. How many guys, how many NFL Hall of Famers have played here? So I think it's a cool experience. It's going to be a great opportunity for our kids to try to wrap up a district championship, for better or not.
It should be a fantastic matchup tomorrow at 7 o'clock kickoff. It's a huge one, folks, so be sure to make the trip and cheer on the Buffs in this pivotal district matchup. We're going to take a break. Coming up next from Harbor Mountain Coffee House on 3rd Street in McAlester, having one final break with head coach Forrest Mazie, reading some of your questions. Don't go anywhere. You're on 1150 AM and 98.3 FM KNED.
Looking for a trustworthy automotive shop? Come see our technicians at Reagan Auto. Our trusted technicians work hard to get your vehicle needs taken care of in a timely manner. Here at Reagan Auto, we provide oil changes, tires, alignments, along with transmissions and engines. Stop by and see us at Reagan Auto at 306 East Wyandotte in McAlester to get a quote, or simply call 918-715-3236. That's 918-715-3236.
The Buffaloes are the pride of McAlester. When it comes to sports, they're the winning team. And when it comes to your money, Bank First is the all-star you need on your side. We're talking big plays with full-service banking, touchdowns with convenient online and mobile banking, and overtime support with extended hours and ATMs statewide. Bank First, your money's winning team. Proud supporter of the McAlester Buffaloes. Member FDIC.
Nothing's working!
Wait, we're not cavemen! We have technology!
Are you a business in need of technology help? The PC Landing Zone specializes in device repair, including phones, tablets, computers, as well as networking installations and troubleshooting, cloud backups, VoIP phone systems, structured cabling, and more. Give us a call at 918-820-4188 for your local one-stop shop for all your technology needs.
Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester says bring on the monstrous discounts. Get up to $17,500 in discounts on every new Ram truck in stock, including all heavy duties. Use this savings to pay off those credit cards and other bills just in time for the holidays. Patriot makes your next Ram truck affordable, which allows you to pay off those pesky bills. Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram in McAlester. Stock number 24559, MSRP 75905.
Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, where you'll find furnishings for every room in your home. Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress has been family owned and operated for more than 34 years. Our experience and hometown service will help you find the furniture you've always wanted at the best price possible. Best of luck to the McAlester Buffaloes. From all of us at Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, 5 South 5th Street, McAlester. Go Buffs! Have a great season.
Welcome back to Coffee with the Coach, brought to you by Tanny Hill Furniture and Mattress, Bank First, Patriot Chrysler Dodge Jeep and Ram of McAlester, the PC Landing Zone, and Reagan Auto. Let's take a quick look at our broadcast schedule this week, beginning with the one we've been talking about as the McAlester Buffaloes traveled to T-Town to play the Booker T. Washington Hornets tomorrow night here on KNED, 1150 AM, 98.3 FM in the KNED app. Kickoff at 7 with a pregame show set for 6:15, radio only, and video streaming near kickoff at McAlsterRadio.com. Speaking of KNED, it's also the home of the Oklahoma Sooners as they travel to the 18th-ranked Ole Miss Rebels on Saturday. Pregame show at 8, kickoff at 11. Then we have 2 games at 2:30 on Saturday, beginning with the Oklahoma State Cowboys in Waco playing the Baylor Bears. Pregame show set for 12:30 on Rock 105.1 FM. The other 2:30 kickoff is for the Tulsa Golden Hurricane hosting the UTSA Roadrunners. Pregame show is set for 1:30 on Cool 96.7 FM. And, Coach, I got to thank you for saving football for me this year because everybody, except for UCO, in Oklahoma
UCO
has been terrible.
And, my alma mater should have beat them last week. Did you see the score?
Yeah, I did see the score. No, they're up on them like 40-21 at half.
We've given up so many fourth quarter and third quarter. We've been up. We should, if you count that one, NSU, I was bashing Coach Shiv earlier because of the way he recruited, but I understand now you got to get immediate needs with your co-kids. But, man, I'm going to tell you right now, if they could learn to slow the ball down when they get the lead, they should have beat Missouri Western. They were up on them in the fourth. They should have beat Missouri Southern. They were up on them in the fourth. And UCO, and then they beat Lincoln. They should have 4 wins right now.
So that would they're 1-6 now, so that would change them up to that'd be 5-1, no 5-2.
Yeah,
5-2.
I'm telling you, they would be. He's doing a good job. I just don't know. I don't know if they need to learn how to slow the tempo down when they get the lead, or if their defense. I always leave or stop tuning in because I'm thinking this game's over. Mm-hmm. And then man, but that staff's doing a good job of breathing some life back into the Redmond. I still call him the Redmond. I'm not a Riverhawk, so I'm very pleased with what the product is starting to look like.
I gotcha. So with all that said, we're gonna have some fan questions here. We've had a couple of late ones come in. We were only gonna have about 3, and I had a couple from the radio station that were gonna help me out here today. Starting off with this one. This one is from Twitter. Kendall asks, favorite pizza toppings?
Supreme.
So a little bit of everything.
I want it all, man. I want lots of meat, lots of vegetables. Back in the day as a kid, I'd be like, heck no. But, man, the more the merrier.
Mike asks, what is one question you ask yourself every day to make sure your mindset is where it needs to be?
Man, I just wake up and tell myself to do better every day. Do better.
That's all we can all do.
Yeah.
Chris, this one was a late one, on Facebook said, what is the day like on Friday when you have to travel?
Pretty standard. We don't. I like to work out in the morning. I haven't worked out in the morning so long because just kids and you're tired and Little League and you're like, oh, I'm going to get that extra 30 minutes. But in reality is that I like the routine of a morning workout if I can. I like to get up and walk or do something, get some morning sunshine, wake up, and then the day goes pretty routine. You pick up the truck. After morning weights, we lift the kids on Friday morning. We feed them breakfast, then we get them out, and then I usually go pick up the truck to haul the trailer. I hook it up, go pull it around the field house, and then about that time it's lunch. I don't eat much lunch on a game day. Drink a couple Red Bulls, get the trailer loaded, make sure my play sheet's ready, make sure everybody's play sheet's ready, start going over the list of everything that needs to be loaded, and then any final checks and hit the road. I mean, it's pretty standard. And some days you rush, some days you're not. things sometimes things pop up, and you're running around like a crazy person. You got to make sure that the basic checklist is done, and you have what you need to be successful, and the kids remember their stuff. Don't forget a helmet or something.
Zach on Twitter asks, how does Coach Mazey decide his facial hairstyle?
Day to day. It grows so fast anymore. It's going to be a nose hairstyle before long.
I saw you walk in with the full-on beard today.
Yeah, I usually have the mustache. I haven't lined anything up, man. Just been crazy. Little League football's over this week, though. I mean, it's my third grade. Got a chance to finish with a winning record. Coaching third graders from high school, buddy, my high school kids come up there and say, "Man, Coach, you don't coach them any different."
So what you said to Carter Lance, you're saying to a third grader, you don't deserve to be on this field.
It's pretty tough on him sometimes. Like I just said my running back yesterday because he was poor in class, and I said, "Hey, buddy, you're not playing. You're going to sit the bench for a while." And he looked at me, and tears started coming out of his eyes. I said, "You're going to learn today."
Oh, gosh.
So it's not great, but they're learning and they're having fun. Gosh dang it! I mean, they tell me they're having fun, so I see smiles on their faces when they score, and so they're learning the hard way, but it's the right way.
Right. Okay. And Will asks, if you were to wear eye black, would you do any particular style?
No, I was pretty standard eye black. I didn't go any crazy. I just went strap under each eye, and that was pretty standard for me.
I went with the warrior eye black. I went down into the sides there.
Yeah,
that's what I did.
I was just straight right there.
Shout out Josh Donato if you're watching. He taught me that one. Coach, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap it up?
No, I'd say if you want to catch it, to me, two of the better teams in 5A. I think, starting the year, people were skeptical of whether or not we'd have a good year. This team has put together a nice little run. This team is really fun to watch because they really enjoy each other. I would say come watch these guys. Come watch them play together. Come watch how physical they can or can't be. But I think you'd be surprised. I think you'd be surprised against a quality football team. It's two top 10 teams going at it. Really, to me, two top 5 or 6 teams going at it. For a chance at the district championship. So I think you're going to see some things. People are going to pull the gloves off a little bit.
Yep.
And you're going to see 2 defensive tackles that have D1 offers, and then I'm going to see what our line can do against them and our schemes can do against them with a good, fast team and see where we stand. I think, and you got a chance to go visit the Shields.
That's right.
The new Shields is open, kids.
I forgot about that.
Dads, take your wives, go get you a gun or 2. And get some bullets. It's hunting season. Go get some camo and come out and watch the Buffs.
If you're wondering what he's talking about, it's the new thing that went into Woodland Hills Mall.
To me, it's like it's an academy and a Bass Pro together on steroids for the kids and baseball. I mean, you got it all, man. There's a Shields in Frisco, and I can't help but stop. I don't even buy anything. I stop.
Yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, and everything. You even got like a Ferris wheel inside of it, I believe.
Yeah, it's a Ferris wheel. Take the kids.
Yeah.
Then come see the Buffs.
That sounds like a great Friday night to me.
Should be paying me right now for this.
I know. It's free advertising.
Right.
Come on now. Coach, thank you for your time, and good luck tomorrow night against Booker T. Safe travels. This has been Brandon Green with head coach Forrest Mazey. Thank you for tuning in, and until next week, same time, same place, don't just have a great day. Have a Buffalo day, everybody.